you don't know me, I'm originally from Cuba. I was one of the first pioneers of Taekwondo in Cuba. So I've been involved with Taekwondo for since the beginning of Taekwondo in my country. I've been in all phases of the Taekwondo, you know, and I've been in America for. I came in 1996 as a international referee. Some of you guys know me as international referee. Back in the 90s, I was pretty active in the Taekwondo competition. And for the last 13 years, I've been studying one of the pioneers of Taekwondo in America, Korean martial art in general, because of Grandmaster Kim Soo. He was the person who introduced Korean martial art to the world through the Black Belt magazine. So Grandmaster Kim Soo, he came to America in 1996. After a couple of years, he found his own system. So he stepped away from the Taekwondo competition. But he has a perspective of that transition from the Korean karate to Taekwondo. Nobody has, especially most of the people these days, from that era, like Grandmaster Richard Chong, all those people that passed away. So Grandmaster probably is the best source for that kind of information. Okay, so I'd like to go over some of the things here. For instance, the presenter said forms came from Shotokan Karate. Well, not all of Kwans actually practice form for Shotokan Karate. And it's so there's several Kwan. The original Kwan, one of them was the YMCA Kwon book, which is a club of karate. Kwon, like it says, karate means Kempo or Chongfa in Chinese, Kempo in Japanese. So this Jun Bio-in has a particular background. Jun Bio-in grew up in Manchuria. He was born actually with his family flee to Manchuria during the Japanese occupation. So Jun Bio-in learned Chongfa, growing up in Manchuria. When he was to study in Japanese university in Tokyo, he met Master Toyama Kanken. Toyama Kanken was has in a school. Toyama Kanken, this is important for you guys to know. There were two people in Okinawa at that time. It was Okinawan masters. One was Funakoshi, which was very well known for everyone because he created the Shotokan style. Toyama Kanken didn't create a style. Toyama he didn't believe in a style. Toyama Kanken was one of the original Okinawan master who went to Sensei.
Sorry, sir. Please get to the point. We want to share the questions by everybody. So
well, I'll give it about because it's important to guys to know the difference between this Kwan and that what happened next after this so the happen is there's a Jun Bio-in has a background in Chinese Kwon Bop and Okinawan karate, which is a different background to the rest of the founders. Practice pretty much Shotokan karate. Okay? The only exception was Jun Bio-in. Jun Bio-in created a school of YMCA. They went after Jun Bio-in disappeared during the World War II. I mean, no, the Korean War. So after the Korean War, they reopened the school, the YMCA school, Nansol Lee, Grandmaster Nansol Lee, renamed as Chamo Kwan. So they're still practicing the curriculum of Jun Bio-in, which is a form of Chinese and Okinawan forms. The rest of the school are practicing Shotokan forms. That's right. So this Chamo Kwan, at some point, there's two other masters. There are three masters. Master Lee, Master Park, and Master J.P. Hong. They created the Kando Wong. So there's a Chamo Kwan and Kando Wong. They have a different curriculum because they have Chinese form. And as a matter of fact, you were there yesterday to Grandmaster Taoku presentation, and you learned original choreo resemble a Chinese form that was practiced in the YMCA, Chamo Kwan, and Kando Wong. Of course, those forms were discarded after the 1965 when they decided created their own forms. They said, and at some point they wanted to get rid of all these Chinese and Okinawan roots, and so they come with the Tego forms. And the guy said, "Oh, Tego forms are really good," but that's another story. I don't want to talk too much because if you allow me, I'm going to disagree with too many things here. But anyway, the thing is, those forms were created not by Chong Wu Li. they said that Sean Woolley created the form. No.
I'm sorry.
Sean Woolley was in charge of a group of masters that were picked for all the Kwans to create those forms. He was the person in charge. He was in creating the form. So on those forms, you will see, like an original choreo, you will see the roots of a Chamo Kwan and Kaduwon, which is a Chinese root. Not only Japanese karate, Chinese root. So I just want to introduce it. I could talk too much, so I better sit down. But this is basically a historical mistake to say those forms were only based on Shotokan or they were created by Chun Woolley, which is not right. Okay?